Good morning, it is Sunday, May 26th, and we are in Scotland. We arrived here yesterday on Saturday. We had a lot of flights to get here, unfortunately. We were supposed to go from Newark to Iceland to Glasgow, but Iceland Air, who was flying our flights, they couldn't get us from Newark to Iceland. I guess they didn't have enough people for the flight. So they sent us from Newark Airport to Boston, then from Boston to Iceland, then from Iceland to Glasgow. So we had a lot of transfers and it made the flight shorter, which was nice, but we were kind of flying overnight, so we didn't get a lot of chances to sleep on the plane. So when we got to our hotel yesterday afternoon, we took a lot of long naps and then finally went out to dinner before going back and then just sleeping again. So now we're caught up. It's the next day. It's raining right now and it's probably going to rain most of today, but that was to be expected. We're in a rainy climate. So we got our raincoats, I have an umbrella, got a hat, and we're making our way towards Edinburgh, and we're gonna explore the city today. The plan is to find a park and ride for the rental car, and then maybe get like a pass to take a tram into the city. Scott is driving.
Very focused.
We got a manual vehicle, so both of us can drive a manual, but doing it backwards, like with the left hand, that's not as confusing. Wait, hold on. Cows. Have to point them out. Cows. It's much harder, I think, to figure out the whole driving on the left-hand side of the road and also like the turning situation, because my brain just isn't wired that, I don't know, it's weird. The roads are really skinny and there's like cobblestone walls on either side, and we're supposed to be going like 60 miles an hour. And it's so hilly, so you can't see very far. I don't know, a little scary. The place we stayed at last night is called Bankhead Farm. We're staying there for 2 nights before we go to our next destination, but it's an actual farm. It's got a ton of sheep, and they probably have other animals, but I really only saw the sheep. And the guy who runs the place, he told us that they have over 350 ewes, not including all the little lambs, and there are quite a few lambs, and they're super, super cute. I really want one. I wish I could take a lamb home. From the room that we were staying in, we could hear the sheep outside making noise all night, just like, ah. It was kind of cute. When we were searching for places to stay on this trip, we specifically wanted places that included breakfast. I think it just kind of makes the trip simpler for us to have to not find one additional meal, and then it gives us an opportunity to eat maybe something more local. So we had the breakfast this morning at the hotel and it was delicious. And the guy cooked for us. We were the only 2 that really seemed to have made it to the breakfast, although there were other people staying in the place that we were staying at, but they got in so late last night and they were so loud, like slamming doors. Yeah, maybe we thought that maybe they were drunk and yeah, they weren't gonna make it down in time for breakfast. Last night we got dinner in a town that was only a couple miles away from where we're staying, and we were both pretty exhausted, so we didn't stick around to explore much after, but the food was pretty decent. I got a burger and onion rings, and Scott got, what, like a meat pie?
Steak pie and mash.
Our first objective today is to go to the Edinburgh Castle, and after that we're kind of just gonna explore the city. We don't have any set in stone plans. A lot of unique snacks in the machine that I am not used to seeing. We parked at the park and ride, and then we got a tram ticket to get us into the city. How much was it, £10? £10. Yeah, £10. And now we're on the tram.
And it rides.
We got Scott a new umbrella because his was pretty crappy. Mine also has a broken leg, but oh well. Yeah, it's really coming down today, soaking wet, but it's not too chilly, which is nice. The host at our hotel told us that there's a marathon going on today in the city, so we can hear all the cheering and bells, and you can see some runners. There was a big grouping just a minute ago. He said the marathon was in the earlier part of the morning, so by the end of today it should clear out and be less busy, but I can't imagine running. How many miles is it? 26 in pouring rain, 50-something degree weather. Crazy. Note to anyone who is taking a trip to Scotland, the Edinburgh Castle sells out very quickly and well in advance. So we didn't have tickets. We thought we weren't gonna get to go, but then Scott looked online and we found a place that offered combined tickets for that and 2 other like historic places. One is the Britannia.
The Britannia. The Royal Britannia, it's a ship.
Some sort of ship. And then the Holy Roodhouse.
Holy Roodhouse.
So we got tickets to those 2 places and the castle. I think it was like for 2 people, 140 euro, around that.
No,
whereas
pounds.
Sorry, 140 pounds. Whereas if we had just bought tickets to the castle, it would have been like 40 pounds for the both of us. So we had to pay a lot more, but we also get entrance to 2 other places now.
And bus tour areas. We can take any of the, there's like 3 bus loops that we're allowed to jump on.
So we got some coffee, got a little pastry, and now we're heading back to the castle because we're scheduled to go in at 11:30 and it's around 11 right now. We're at the castle and it's super foggy. When we got here earlier, we could actually see the whole thing. Now you can only see this front portion. We're inside the castle and these are, I guess, the cannons. And we can't really see the city because it's super foggy, but ooh, don't lose your umbrella. It's really musty smelling.
I like it.
Ugh. We're still in the castle, and now that the fog is cleared up, we can see what the city looks like. It is so pretty. We're on the Royal Mile, and there's nothing but like food and shops. I think I've learned that Scotland is, it's got a lot of tweed, cashmere, and whiskey. I feel like the 3 staples I've seen advertised consistently. I got some vegan fish and chips. Scott got haggis spring rolls to try. I probably won't have any. And then a pork sandwich, right?
Barbecue pulled pork.
Smells delicious. Tastes like a spring roll?
I don't think it's bad. Blended up really fun.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be bad. I'm just not, my stomach is not in the mood for anything fun. We're at the palace. This is one that was included in our ticket that we bought this morning to get in the castle. And it came with a free audio tour. So we've got headphones and it's talking to us and also showing photos. Pretty cool.
You can see the foundation stone here on your screen. This quadrangle launched a new architectural fashion in Scotland. Its classical design centres on 3 styles of Greek column: Doric, Ionic and Corinthian. The palace is the setting for official functions, and events are held by members of the royal family throughout the year. This quadrangle painting hanging here shows King George IV entering Holyrood in 1822, the same way you did today. It was the first visit to Scotland by a reigning monarch for nearly 200 years, and the elaborate ceremonies and tartan costumes helped to put a new romantic ideal of Scotland into the public imagination. Today, this is the throne room, but it was originally envisaged as a guard chamber, the first room on the processional route that ultimately led to the king's bedchamber. It was intended to control access to the rooms beyond and to the king himself.
We finished the Holy Roodhouse tour, and so far I've really enjoyed that a lot, you know? I liked having the guided audio tour that talked us through everything.
It was good.
And the grounds are really, really gorgeous.
Seemed well put together.
Yeah.
And in plenty of people to stop Coral from taking video.
Yeah, I wasn't really allowed to take photo and video inside, but after I stopped. I stopped once I realized. There he is in all his glory, Mr. Bobby. Although, I was just telling Scott I read that people rub the nose for good luck, but the people of this town actually wish that no one did that because, you know, it messes up the statue. So I'm not gonna do it. We walked to Victoria Street because I wanted to see these buildings in person that are really, really gorgeous. There's my husband. And we're gonna go up these stairs and eat on the terrace up here. It was fully booked in there, so they seated us outside, but we're up on the terrace and we've got this umbrella to keep us out of the rain, and they cleaned off 2 chairs for us, so we're gonna eat at Scott's restaurant.
Kitchen.
Oh, sorry, Scott's Kitchen. I mean, it's your restaurant.
Comes with thistles.
I got this chicken sandwich on sourdough bread, and Scott got a vegetable soup with a cheese scone. Sticky toffee pudding. Is it warm?
Yeah, you see the smoke coming off?
Yeah, well, I smell it.
That's
with a
the
side
warm-
of vanilla ice cream.
That's the warm caramel on the bottom.
Go for it, it's all you. Scott really wanted to try this. I'm really close to your face. That right there is called Scott's Monument, and you can climb up it if you wanted to. But I got my own Scott Monument. It's a terrible joke, sorry. We're walking to get the tram that'll take us back to our car, and there is the castle that we were at this morning. The back side of it looks really nice. We're waiting for the tram that's going to take us back to our car, but I wanted to show 19.1 thousand steps today.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow, similar.
Yeah, 19,400.
Joke's on us, the tram went the other way, and it was not our fault. Everyone else had to get off with us.
So
Now
the
we're getting
15
on.
minutes that we walked, we rode the tram back to where we came from.
Now we're getting on the actual tram that hopefully will take us to the airport. Just kidding, that one's not in service. So we have to continue waiting for a tram.
Do you want to get on? Nope.
There's the 4th one, not in service.
Nope.
So we will continue waiting, possibly all night. At least we're not the only
doing
ones.
this at the front.
We're on the tram.
And it's going the right direction. Go get closer. Go ahead. Well, he said if you can catch one.
I'm gonna cry looking at you too.
Hi.
Look at number 10.
Meh.
Oh my god.
Meh.
This is what we heard all last night while we were sleeping. We just heard them making noises outside our window. There's so many lambs.
There are so many.
This is the building that we stayed in last night, so I'd like to give a little tour of the inside. And when you come in, it's all carpeted, so we're supposed to take our shoes off here. And we are upstairs. They replenished the cookies, thank goodness.
Oh my.
Anyways, there's the door where we came in, and then that's our bed. Is this a queen or a double?
Queen.
Queen size bed. I slept really good last night, but also I was exhausted. That's us. And then there's like an armoire, TV that we didn't use. And then in here is the bathroom. It's really big. And then over here is the shower. So right next to the bed where we slept, this is the view out the window. So we can just watch the sheep. Since we're trying to see as much of the country as we can on such a short trip, we're doing only like a maximum of 2 nights in one place. So tonight will be our 2nd night here at this farm, which is a bummer because I really, really like this place. But we'll pack up all of our stuff tonight. We'll wake up and do the breakfast that they have, and then we're gonna hit the road and drive to our next destination, which is gonna be a couple hours away, and we'll try to see things on the way. The next place I think we're at for another 2 nights, but eventually there's a couple places that we're only there for 1 night, so it's gonna be a lot, but I think we can do it. We're adventurous and we have a lot of things we want to see and not a lot of time.
The only way to see a lot of stuff is move around a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, oh my god. How fast are we going?
37.
Oh, this feels like 50.
40.
Oh my god. I'm scared.
I know you are.
Oh my god. It feels weird having Scott be the driver in what is the passenger seat. I'm over here in the driver's seat. Good morning. It is the next day and we left our hotel, or our farm where we were staying. We got the breakfast that they offered and then we hit the road. We're going to be making our way up the east coast of Scotland today, stopping at a bunch of castles on the way to the next hotel. But we're at our first stop of the day, which is called the Kelpies.
There's mini ones too.
There's the mini Kelpies. We don't really understand what they're for, but they're massive horse heads and I put them on the list as something that we wanted to check out. So maybe we'll figure out the importance of them. That's what it's supposed to represent. The rest of the horse is, would you believe they dug it all out and they built it and then they covered it with soil? But then at night, if we had come at night, they're lit up. There's a glare, but I've seen photos online. It's really, really pretty. Oh yeah, see? Very menacing.
That background music.
Yeah, the ambiance. You want to get in front so I can show the size comparison? That's how massive they are compared to Scott. We're leaving the Kelpies and we still don't really know the significance of them. I think it's just like a decorative art piece really. There's no function. But now we are making, our next stop is going to be Stirling Castle. We have like tickets that we can enter at 10:30. It's 10 o'clock now and it's about 30 minutes away. So we're right on schedule.
It's 10:10.
Ooh, I lied. Eventually we will have the audio tour downloaded.
Over in the Cloisters Museum in Manhattan. And the reason we copied their set is because when James V built this palace, he not only did he build this palace, but he gave his...
This is 4 days of weaving that's been shown, sped up into 2 minutes of video. Crazy. We stopped at this gas station just so I could use the bathroom, and we got this. I ate it before I could film it, but it was really, really good. It tasted like 100 grand, basically. That's the photo. It's caramel and crisp and chocolate. But then I got what looks like nacho cheese Doritos, but it says chili heat wave. I'm not gonna open them yet, but I'm excited. The convenience store had a lot of fun, unique things that I have never seen before. Cows. There she is, Dunnottar Castle, right on the cliff and along the water's edge, so it's nice and foggy. Luckily it stopped raining and it's nice enough for us to be out here with just light jackets on. Now we're gonna go down these stairs to see if we can get a little closer. It's gonna be fun coming back up these. Easy going down, not so much coming back up. I wanna do a little 360 because Scott's getting out of the way. We have nothing like this in the States that I'm aware of. It's just so lush. We were debating on whether or not we wanted to pay the admission to go into the castle because, you know, we're already paying a lot for every other castle we've stopped at. But they tricked us, and as soon as you get up the stairs is where the payment's collected. We did in fact pay the $11.50 to get in. But
$11.50, you mean 23 pounds.
Yeah, well, $11.50 each, and then
23 quid.
The view was worth it. This is stunning.
I bet that
Ooh,
bug
stunning.
just landed on your hand.
Ew, that's what landed on me.
It's a ball.
Anyways, back to the view. Stunning, just stunning.
There's a lot of bird poop on these railings.
I'm like afraid to go under these stones without falling.
Yeah, I don't think that's falling anytime soon. I'm pretty sure it's not falling.
We're going in each one of these rooms just to check it out. Some of them are labeled, some aren't. They kind of hypothesize what they might have been used for in the past. Very cool though. I just realized that I haven't been doing the find and seek challenge. I did see the castle model, but
There was a challenge.
I just said to Scott, if I saw this skeleton without knowing that it's meant to be here, I probably would have peed my pants. Found the coat of arms over the fireplace in the marital suite. Oh, that one's here too? Oh, nice, we got 3. There's a lot to explore here. We haven't gone in every single room, but we're kind of on a time crunch based on our other plans, so we're kind of speeding through the last half of this. We got out just in time. They were locking the doors to make sure no one else was going in. So now we have the long trek back up those stairs to the vehicle. Starting out with having a U-turn is rough.
Well, yeah, you can do whatever you need to do.
Oh wait, that's first, right?
I don't know. Is it? No. Is it? Is it in first? Yeah, maybe. Okay. We're in a hole. Eat that clutch.
Oh no.
Where are you?
I don't know, Scott.
You're in reverse. Remember, you're on that side of the road too.
Oh yeah.
Coral, it's not a gasoline car, it's a diesel.
Cows.
Yeah, cows.
Hi! I'm driving a manual in Scotland on the left side.
No, you're not.
Alright, we're in the clear. Now we're cruising.
Whew. You missed one-way traffic, making her forced to back up. Her shifting from first to fourth. Her shifting from first to fourth. And her shifting from
Getting into reverse a lot.
first to second to first to third. Yeah.
But now I'm like a pro. This is easy.
I'm still shaking.
We made it to our second lodge, and we're the very last room on the upper floor. This is our bed. Looks like maybe a queen. I'll show out the window in a minute. Then you go around the corner, and small bathroom. So that's the outdoors. There's like a kids area to play over there, and then this place is also a restaurant, so we're thinking of maybe having dinner down in there. And then we also booked an afternoon tea for tomorrow at 6 p.m. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and we just left our hotel and we're making our way to the national park. I think it's called Cairngorms. We tried to research some hikes last night, and I think we picked one out that isn't too long because I think me especially am very tired. And we've done a lot of walking so far, so today we're going to try to take it a little more easy. After our time at the national park, we have a tour booked for a distillery to try to see how whiskey is made. They'll probably give us some samplings, but neither of us drink, so we'll pass on that. And then Scott might be interested in purchasing some for people back home. And then the last thing that we really had scheduled for today is back at our lodge, we're going to do an afternoon tea, which I'm really looking forward to because I've seen photos of what it looks like, and it looks delicious, and so I'm excited about that. I am torn between how honest I want to be about the place we stayed at last night, because I don't want to seem like I'm complaining, but this isn't a travel vlog for anyone to watch and like you know, get advice from me and book a place to stay. I just like documenting our trip. So in order to do that, I feel like I should be more honest. So I'll just go over some small discrepancies that I think we have had with the place. It's a lodge and restaurant combined in two. So the restaurant we ate there last night, we just got like a starter of wings and then we got dessert. So that was delicious and everything was fine with that. Our hotel room, it's not the most comfortable. Me personally, I think that the bed feels like a rock and so do the pillows. And keep in mind, as I go through my list, a lot of these we could definitely talk to management about and get fixed. And some of them we have, but just something to keep in mind. I found that the shower drain wasn't draining, so I was standing in like a pool of water while showering, and also there was black mold everywhere. The drywall is kind of peeling off the walls above our head, which, you know, just creates this environment of feeling like we're in a dingy place. The knob for the lock on our door was just like loose and off, so Scott, being the fix-it man, was able to put it back together, so we were able to lock our door last night. Minor complaints about, you know, we really only were given one towel each. That's whatever. Scott says the shower head is broken. I didn't realize that. This hotel, I don't know if this is the one that we had to pay for breakfast to be included. I might want to look back at that. But Scott went to check out the breakfast this morning and he said it was just like cereals, cheese, and like a couple croissants or something, right?
And some croissants,
Okay.
toast. Granted, they don't serve normal breakfast on these days, that it's continental.
So all of these things on their own, they're really not that big of a deal. All of that is to say, it just felt not as nice as maybe the place we were at previously, and I'm kind of excited. Scott's shaking his head. I'm kind of excited to just get to the next one. We have one more night at this place, and then we will go to our next place that's closer to Inverness. Last thing I want to say before we get the day started, that I think my uncomfortableness with the hotel setting, and just lately I've been feeling a little bit homesick and going through some anxiety and depression. That has caused me to have some nightmares, which I always have nightmares. It's something I'm still working through, but I had a pretty severe one last night. Kind of injured myself. I have like a cut up lip and my top lip is all swollen. So I've been joking to Scott about how I got a lip flip. But I'm slightly self-conscious about it, but if I talk about it, then I don't have to hide it the rest of filming. And then on top of that, I'm also very tired because I did not sleep well. Neither did Scott. So we're gonna make the best of today. And that is not the fault of the hotel at all. It's my own issues. But I'm just explaining everything because I want this video to be accurate, so that way when we look back on it years from now, it's not just like rose-colored glasses, you know. This is the River Dee. It's spelled D-E-E. And right over there is what's called Balmoral Castle. And the grounds are open to the public, so I think we're gonna go there and check it out, but not actually go in the castle because it's 18 pounds, which is kind of a lot.
There's the fly fishing.
We're on the castle grounds and we're doing a walk around the perimeter called at the river's edge basically, and we stopped at a little coffee shop that was on the way here, and now we're in the middle of the woods.
Wow.
What? Oh yeah, that's really cool.
That is a thick boy. Hold on. This is what, about 4 feet tall? 5 feet tall? No, 15 feet tall.
Scott's very impressed with the diameter. It is very large, and it's got a lot of branches.
It's got a lot of branches.
Yeah, this is lovely. This side of the castle has ivy, And a tower in the back. Looks a lot nicer.
And then a little house.
Yeah, there's a house over there. And we're on this lush, lush lawn. The hike that we're taking, it's supposed to continue out around this way, I think. We're trying to make our way to conservatory. Oh, thank you for pointing that out for me.
With my dirty stick.
Wow. I don't recognize any of these.
No, they're using weird rings, I think.
We stopped and we're gonna get some tea and sandwiches. There's Scott, and then there's the view. Very nice. Yeah, there's a ton of sheep out there. You can't tell from where we're sitting. And then over there is like a shop with a bunch of things that we could purchase. They also have ice cream and pastries up there. Yeah. Scott drove his little heart out through the Highlands, but unfortunately we're 5 minutes too late for the whiskey tour. But they told us we could walk through the 5 acres of gardens that are on the property, so we're gonna do that now. Yeah, it's a bummer that we didn't make it in time for the tour. We spent a little too long at that place that we were eating, and just time got away.
If anybody watching this has ever driven through the Cairngorms forest, through the center of it, I think, you'll understand the I think the troubles that it was to do 60 miles an hour and get here on time.
We saw a little map at the front that listed kind of what's in here. So there's like areas of rhododendrons, there's apple orchards, cherries. So we'll see how far we make it before we have to turn around and go back, because we have our afternoon tea at 6 p.m. and that one we really don't want to miss. What you doing there, buddy? Strapped in? There's Scott with the rhododendrons and then these really tall ferns. The way they've kept up this garden is phenomenal. It's my dream.
Yeah, for the climate here, it's very shocking that all this stuff is so nice.
Look, they go all the way up in there. I don't know if that's a hill or just really tall bushes. The lady was kind enough to offer us a refund because we aren't going on the tour and we aren't gonna utilize the tastings because we don't drink. So that was kind of her. So maybe we'll rebook a different tour somewhere else later on in the week.
Coral touch grass in Scotland, but it's not it's not grass, it's moss. Yeah.
Scott bought himself a 12-year-old bottle of whiskey.
That I will never taste.
How much was it? 40 pounds?
40 pounds.
40 pounds. And then when we were in the garden, I took a short little video of some mushrooms, insert here. And I really thought they were real, and Scott and I were arguing. He's like, they're fake, they're made out of wood. And I asked the lady, and turns out it was fake. Real bear!
Just like that fake mushroom.
A real bear and mushrooms. Today ended up being kind of a full blast. We missed the distillery tour, and then we were supposed to have the afternoon tea tonight at our hotel, and then they said that they didn't have it booked, or like we were in the system but not for an afternoon tea, so we just had dinner. So that was a real bummer that they kind of dropped the ball there. Then, just to add to like my grievances on the place, the Wi-Fi is not that great. Like, it's struggling. When we were downstairs, you would think it'd be better. Actually, it was non-existent in the restaurant. And then in our room, there's very limited service and it goes in and out. Lastly, Scott looked it up. This was one of the places that we paid extra for the breakfast to be included.
It was 20 pounds per day.
Per day for the two of us. That's a lot of money for the fact that you said it was just like
it was some
not even
cereal,
hot foods. Yeah.
Some toast.
Yeah, like boxes of, yeah.
Some scones.
I'm very disappointed, to say the least. I think we could have spent that 20 pounds elsewhere to at least gotten like a hot meal and maybe a nice coffee. But it is what it is. We already paid for it. But yeah, this place is not the best. I think the issue was that it's a combined restaurant and hotel. So when we were looking at reviews, it had decent reviews. I actually read through reviews last night just to get like a idea of what everyone else was saying. And all the reviews were about the restaurant, which to be fair, we've eaten there a couple random items for dinner and dessert, and they were good. So most of the good reviews were about the restaurant, and then I didn't really see too many reviews about the hotel itself. So I feel like we were slightly tricked into this place. Whatever, it's our last night here. Tomorrow we get up and then we have like a 2.5 hour drive to go to Loch Ness to see Nessie the monster.
We're not going to see anything that Coral says she's going to see. We're just...
I'm going to see her.
Okay. There's literally a shirt that we saw that said hide and seek champion forever or something, or of the world. I don't know what it said, but it had Nessie on it nonetheless.
Because we couldn't get our afternoon tea today, I went ahead and I booked another one for Glasgow later in the week. So hopefully at some point we will get an afternoon tea.